Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Robinson with Escaping Mediocrity, and I would like to welcome you to this year's Wicker Park Group Client Relationship Symposium. Laura and Nat have chosen one of my very favorite ideas for this year's theme, the idea of game changing. Now, I've spent a lot of time learning about game changing. I've watched game changers, I've gotten them to teach me what they know, and here's the one thing that I can tell you for sure. The world is moving really, really fast out there, and you can either raise your hand and say, I'm in, I'm going to be a game changer, or you can sit back and have your game changed for you. There's no way around it. Now, I've watched a lot of people say, yeah, I'm in, I want to be a game changer, but when it came down to the brass tacks, nothing happened. I don't want you to be one of those people, so I'm going to spend a few minutes this morning going over my top 5 qualities of a game changer. These aren't the only qualities of a game changer, I just feel like they're the most critical if you really want to change your game. Sound good? Great, let's get started. Quality number 1. Game changers are nimble and flexible, ready to shift strategies quickly and effortlessly. Curveballs happen. They're just a part of business, they're just a part of life, and game changers know that, they expect that, and they take curveballs in stride. Today is a perfect example. I'm supposed to be there with you live at the symposium, but I've had a life event occur and I simply cannot travel to Chicago. As soon as I knew that was the situation, I quickly powwowed with Laura and with Nat. We brainstormed some solutions and came up with doing this video. There was no drama, there was no fretting, there was no stress. We just quickly realized we needed to come up with a solution, and we chose the very best one. And I think it's a really great solution myself. So that's quality number 1. Quality number 2. Game changers are risk takers. Now, I'm not talking about the reckless kind of risk-taking. I'm just talking about the push-the-envelope kind of risk-taking. And here's the thing about game changers. They know that they have to get good at pushing the envelope for themselves before they can ever ask someone else to push the envelope. So to do that, get good at putting yourself in unique situations. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Take small risks outside of your comfort zone. And then once you've gotten kind of good at that, then ask members of your team to push the envelope, members of your firm to push the envelope along with you. Then, when it's time to take a really big risk, you'll know how it feels. You'll be used to it, and it won't catch you off guard. And here's just a little inside secret about game changers. It's not that they don't feel scared when they're taking risks. It's that they don't let their fear control their decisions. So remember that. Quality number 3. Game changers make mistakes. One of the things that I learned early on about myself was that if I wasn't making mistakes fairly often, I wasn't taking enough risks. Now, embracing making mistakes can be kind of a challenge. It's tough, it's hard to explain, sometimes it can be embarrassing, but game changers know that if they really want to shake things up, they've got to take big risks, and when you take big risks, you're going to make mistakes. Now, you've got to be willing to do this for yourself, and you've also got to be willing to encourage your team to take risks and make mistakes as well. So, game changers are risk takers. Quality number 4. Game changers work at being visionary. Game changers look at the status quo and say, why? Or, is there a better way? Or, what if we... So, to exercise those muscles, what I really encourage you to do is come up with some ways that you can change your lens or your filter. We all have lenses that we look through when we see the world, and we all have filters that we use when we're taking in information. And the easiest way to change up that lens and change up that filter is to put yourself in a completely different kind of situation. For example, you might be the receptionist for half a day and really deal with clients on the very, very front line. That might give you information in a completely different way than you would get it if you were just talking to clients in your office. You might come up with some other ways to change the way you experience information and take in information, and that's going to be critical if you want to work on being a visionary. Also, encourage your team to exercise their visionary muscles. Let them read magazines that have nothing to do with your industry. Ask them to bring you an idea from someplace completely unrelated to the legal world and give ideas for how you might implement it. That way they get comfortable becoming visionary too. Now, quality number 5, which is probably my favorite. They engage others in building an environment and a strategy for game changing. It's really tough to fly solo when you are a game changer. So build your team, whether it's official or not so official, so that you can share ideas and offer support to each other as you move through becoming a game changer. So that's it. Those are my top 5 qualities for becoming a game changer. And now I have a little challenge for you. I'd like you to keep those 5 qualities front and center as you move through the rest of your sessions. And I want you to look for opportunities to really practice and stretch those game-changing muscles. I hope Laura and Nat will encourage and support you as you try to do that, because the more you practice, the better you will get at it. Now, one last thing. If you really want to get serious about executing a game-changing strategy, I highly recommend digging into the book that Nat and Laura chose for you, The Underdog Advantage. It's a great book. I love it, mainly because it encourages me to be an insurgent, and I'm all about that. I think that sounds really great. But it's based on real-world examples of being a political candidate who is an underdog trying to beat the status quo or the incumbent. And you will learn how to do that, how to change up the game, and how to capture the marketplace. I know you're going to love it as much as I do. So now my time is up. I would like to turn the floor over to Laura and Nat. I hope you all have an amazing 2 days together and have fun changing your game. Bye now.